Hi everyone, thank you for tuning in to our maths lesson for today. To start with, we're going to revise timesing by 3 and timesing by 4. We did this last week, so it's a bit of revision. Think back to the different ways we used to help us solve our 3 and 4 times table. Let's do the first one together. So the first one says 4 times 3, or 4 groups of, or 4 lines of 3. We had 3 different methods that we looked at. Some of you might be beginning to do this in your head, which is fantastic. If not, we're going to revise our methods. So the first one was, do you remember when we drew the dots? It was an array, so you might do it like this. So I've got 4 groups, so I need 4 lines of 3. So that's 1 line of 3, 2 lines of 3, 3 lines of 3, 4 lines of 3. Then how do I solve it? That's right, I've got 3 in each row. So I just count in 3s. Ready? Count with me. 3, 6, 9, 12. So that was our first method. We used an array. What else did we use? So it looked like a chocolate bar shape. A bar model. So the one at the top is our whole. We don't know our whole yet. We know the answer has to be our whole. As 4 times 3, we know our number's going to be getting bigger. Okay, so that's our whole, and underneath we have another bar that's the same size, because when we do 4 times 3, it's going to be equal to our whole. It's going to be the same, so it's got to be the same length. So how many groups do I have? 4 groups of 3, so I've got 1 group, 2 group, 3 groups, and 4 groups. 4 lines of 4 groups of 1, 2, 3, 4, and in each one there's 3. So again, I can count in 3s. Ready? 3, 6, 9, 12. And my whole is 12. Fantastic. 4 groups of 3 is the same as 12. Good job. And my last one, it was going to give you a clue. If you got it, a number line. So we're starting on 0, and I do 4 jumps of 3. So that's 1 jump of 3, 2 jumps of 3 to get to 6, 3 jumps of 3 to get to 9, good job, 4 jumps of 3 to get to 12. Remember, each jump is a group, so this is 1 times 3, 2 times 3, 3 times 3, 4 times 3. Got it? So you can use any of those methods, and there's one final one. I think this is the quickest one, but it's important to do the arrays, bar models, and times tables so that we understand how they work. Do you remember the other method? I'll give you a clue. Call it the finger method. So how many fingers do I hold up? 4. So these are my groups or lines. My fingers look like lines. And on each one there are 3. Do you remember I drew the dots on my fingers last week? So we're imagining there's 3. Each one of these means 3. Off we go. Let's count our 4 groups of 3. 3, 6, 9, 12. So 4 methods. The first one, array. Second, bar model, number line, or finger method. I would like you to use any of these methods to work out 6 times 4, 7 times 3, 9 times 3, 2 times 4, and 11 times 4. This is a tricky one because it goes over 10. So you might do 10 times 4, and then add on 1 times 4. Pause the video and complete those now. Once you're done, we'll correct them together. Okay, have you managed to do that? The next one, say 6 times 4, so we're counting in 4s. There are 6 groups of 4. I'm going to use my finger methods. I think this one's the quickest. How many fingers up? Let's count in 4s. Off we go. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24. Fantastic. 7 times 3, how many fingers up? 7, each one means 3 this time, not 4. So we're counting in 3s. Ready? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. After 18, 21. 9 times 3. How many fingers do we put up? 9. Ready? Count with me. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 20. 7. 2 times 4, how many fingers up? 2 lines of, so 2 lines of counting 4s, 4, 8. And the last one, 11 times 4. So let's do 10 times 4, first of all, because that's here. And we could, to work out 10 times 4, we can do it the other way around. We could do 4 times 10. So they're the easy ones, so we know that's 40, but let's check. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28 after 28, 32 after 32, 36, 40. Or we could have done 4 times 10, which is 10, 20, 30, 40. So now I've got to 40, I've got no more fingers left. So I've got 40, and then I put one more finger up. 44, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44. So what I do is I do 10 times 4, which is 40. Keep it in my head, reset, 40, and then we go back to 1 times 4, 44. Good job. Hope that you've got those correct. Keep practicing and they'll get faster and faster. Today, that's right, we're going to do our 8 times table. I am learning to know or to learn my 8 times table. Just like we did with our 4 times table, I've written out a number square. This one goes up to 60 today. We're going to circle the numbers that we think are in the 8 times table. So every time we count an 8, they're the ones that are going to be in the 8 times table. We're going to practice counting before we solve our first word problem. So if we're counting in 8s, what's the first number that we're going to circle? That's right, 8. We need to skip all of these and go to 8. How do we know which one's next? That's right, we need to count on another 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Our next one is 16. Let's do our next one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What's the next one going to be? Pause the video, count on 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Next one's 32. I would like you now to pause the video and work out which ones I should circle in between 32 and 60. Have a go at that now. You might want to write out your own number square. Ready? My next one would be 40. Then, good job, 48. Then, 56. Can you see from here to here we count on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Is there anything you notice about the 8 times table? Do they look similar to any of our other times tables? I'm going to give you a clue. I think they look a little bit similar to our 4 times table. So I'll underline the ones that are in our 4s. Count with me. 4, then it's 8, then 12, then 16, then 20, then 24, 28, 32, 36, 40, 44, 48, 52, 56, 60. Pause the video, think about it. Is there anything you notice between the 8 times table and the 4 times table that's similar? Remember, the 8 times table is circled and the 4 times table is underlined. Give yourself some thinking time. So, what have you noticed? I've noticed that there are lots of numbers which are in the 4 times table and the 8 times table. So the ones with a circle and a line are all the numbers that are shared and are in the 8 and the 4 times table. Is there anything else you notice? That's right, they're all even. We know that all the numbers in the 4 times table are even. So if the 8 times table has some of the same numbers, they need to be even as well. That means they can all be put into pairs. If we have 8, for example, can be put into pairs. You see? There's another thing I notice. For the 8 times table, we just skip out one of the 4 times table each time. So instead of doing 4, we skip that, go to 8. Then we skip the 12, which will be in the 4 times table, and go to 16. Then we skip the 20 and go to 24. So when learning the 8 times table, if you know the 4 times table, you can use that. Just skip one out each time. I hope that helps for today. Let's practice counting in our 8s now. So I point and we'll say it together. Ready? 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, 48, 56. Let's do it again a bit quicker. Ready? 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, 48, 56. This time I point, you whisper. Ready? Did you get it? If you'd like to play this part of the video again to practice counting in eights, please do that. We're now, though, going to move on to our word problem of the day. It says, Miss Dawe has a sheet of stickers. I like giving out lots of stickers. I have lots of sheets with stickers on. Miss Dawe has a sheet of stickers. There are 5 rows of 8 stickers. So 5 rows or 5 lines of 8 stickers. How many stickers are there in total? So in total means all together. Not just one row, all of the rows. Which parts of our word problem are important in helping us solve it? Have a look. Miss Dawe has a sheet of stickers. Would I circle the word stickers? No, it doesn't matter if it's stickers or biscuits or rows of children lined up in the playground. So that I'm not going to circle that one. There are 5 rows of 8 stickers. How many stickers are there altogether? Yeah, I need to circle the 5 rows, so the 5 lines of 8. So I know there are 5 lines, and in each line of stickers there are 8. Let's practice drawing that with an array first of all. So what would my number sentence be? 5 lines of 8. Same as. Okay, now I've worked out the operation. So I read the word problem first of all, and then I work out what operation it is and write it down so I know it's 5 times 8. Then I need a strategy or a method to do that. Today I'm going to use little elephants and imagine they're my stickers. So I need to make 5 lines of, or 5 rows of going across, and 8 in each row. So that's 1 row of 8. I'm making, first of all, if you've got objects at home, you might want to do it with me. I love these little elephants. So how many have I got so far? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's my first row of 8, but I need 5. So I need to keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is taking me a long time. Do you think this is the best method? When I have to multiply really big numbers, is there another way which is better? We might be moving on to that in a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So now I've got 1 row of 8, 2 rows of 8, 3 rows of 8, 4 rows of 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and my last row of 8. 1, 2. I don't think this is the most productive method. It's taking me so long. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 1 row of 8. Oh, 2 rows of 8, 3 rows of 8, 4 rows of 8, 5 rows of 8. So I've worked that out. And I know there's 8 on every single row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Is this the quickest way of doing it? What would be a quicker way? Rather than counting the ones I can count in? 8. Because there's 8 in each row, I can just count 8 every time. Ready? 8, 16, 24, 32, 40. Remember to get your number square out if you need help. 8, 16, 24, 32, 40. So my answer is 40. I can also do this as a drawing. So I'm not going to draw as elephants. That would take me the whole lesson. So I'm going to draw as dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Draw your own if you have a whiteboard or piece of paper in front of you. 1 row of 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 rows of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3 rows of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4 rows of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 5 rows of 8. That was quicker than the objects, but still took me a long time. And I can do the same, counting 8s. Ready? Off we go. 8, 16, 24, 32, 40. That's my first way, my array. Let's see if my second or third method are quicker. So the next one is bar model. So same number sentence, 5 times 8. Because I'm timesing 8, I know this number is going to get bigger. So my answer is going to be my whole. So I draw my bar. I'm not sure what this is yet. I draw my other bar underneath. Remember, it's the same size because 5 times 8 has to be the same as my whole. It's equal to, so it's equal sized. Now I've got 5 groups. So I cut this into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 groups. They're like my 5 rows on my array, but I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mini parts now. What do I write in each part? That's right, 8. I've got 8 here, 8 here, 8 here, 8 here, and 8 here. 8, 16, 24, 32, 40. Was that one better or worse than the array? What do you think? I think that one was quicker. So when we're multiplying or timesing bigger numbers, a bar model can be quicker. Okay, now we're going to do a number line. When you do this at home, make sure you do it with a ruler on your piece of paper. So start off at 0, then I do 1 group of 8 after 8. 16, that's 2 groups of 8. 3 groups of 8, 8, 16, 24. 1, 2, 3, 4 groups of 8 would be 24, 32. 5 groups of 8 would be 40. Remember, this is 1 times 8, 2 times 8, 3 times 8, 4 times 8, 5 times 8, 40. That one was also quite quick. So these two methods are much quicker than the array method. There's one more method that we could use. I think this might be the quickest one. Clue, what's it called? The finger method. So how many fingers do I put up? 5. Counting 8, 8, 16, 24, 32, 40. If you're confident with that, that is the quickest one when we're multiplying by large numbers. Now it's time for you to practice. Let's read our next word problem. Pause the video and have a read. Make sure you have a whiteboard or a piece of paper and a pen so you can practice this before you start your activity today. Year 3 are going on a trip. I wish we could go on a trip at the moment. Where would you like to go? I'd love to visit the zoo at the moment. Year 3 are going on a trip. The children are put into groups of 8. So on a trip, we are always in groups. There are 7 groups. How many children are going on the trip? So when we go on a trip, we need to know how many groups there are and how many children are in each group. That way, when we're on the trip, we can make sure we count everybody so that we know who is there so everybody stays safe. So our times tables are really useful in everyday life. For example, when we're going on a trip. Which parts in this word problem are important? Can you underline them or point to them? Does it matter if it's year 3 going on a trip? No, it doesn't really matter what year group it is. The children are put into groups of 8, so I know each group has 8. There are 7 groups. So 7 groups, 7 lines of 8. What would my number sentence be? 7 groups of 8. So each group has 8 children in it, so it's 7 times 8. And then I can work out how many children are on the trip, so I can check everyone's there at all times. Right, I'm afraid we are still going to do the array method, even though it takes a long time, just to show you how long it takes, so it might not be the most useful method. But it is a way of working it out. 7 times 8, same as. Pause the video. Can you make or draw an array to show 7 times 8? Once you've done that, unpause the video. Oh my goodness, you're going to make me draw so much today. So 7 rows of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 1 row of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 rows of 8. Make sure they're lined up. So far, how many have I got? 8, 16. Okay, 3 rows of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. How many have I got so far? 8, 16, 24. 4 rows of 8. How many have I got so far? 8, 16, 24, 32. 5 rows of 8. How many do I have now? We're going to be so good at this after all this counting. 8, 16, 24, 32, 40. 6 rows of 8. Ready? 8, 16, 24, 32, 40. After 40, 48. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rows, and they all have 8. Let's count in 8s. Ready? Off we go. 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, 48. After 48, 56. Fantastic. But that took a little while, so let's try this time with my bar model and number line. Quickly rub this out, and my number sentence was 7 times 8. Can you do the bar model? Pause the video, have a go. Right, let's go through it together. So I don't know my whole. Yeah, here, I don't know what goes here. But I know the 2 bars are equal because 7 times 8 has to be equal to this. How many parts do I cut it into? How many groups? 7 groups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They're my 7 groups. How many in each group? 8. So I write 8 on every single one, and each part is the same size, so I know the same number must be on each. How do we get to the answer? That's right. Count it. 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, 48, 56. Did you get that? Well done. Number line. Draw a line on your piece of paper or whiteboard. Can you work out 7 times 8 with a number line? Off you go. Ready? So 1 times 8 is 8. 2 times 8, 16. 3 times 8, 24. 1, 2, 3, 4 times 8 is 32. 5 times 8, 40. Then I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bumps. 6 jumps of 8, 48. 7 jumps of 8, 56. 1 times 8, 2 times 8, 3 times 8, 4 times 8, 5 times 8, 6 times 8, 7 times 8. There's one more method. That's it, the finger method. So 7 times 8, how many fingers up? 7, count in 8s. As I do this, I'd like you to count. Ready? Did you manage to do it on your own? Let's try. 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, 48, 56. So we have learnt to count in 8s this lesson, but we've also learnt about which method is the most effective. Which method do you find the most useful? Is it an array? Is it a bar model? Is it a number line? Or is it the finger method? Some of you might know how to do these 8 times tables in your head now as well. So use the method you find the most useful for you, but also think about the one which would be the quickest as you get more confident. Thank you for tuning in today. You now need to go onto your portfolio. There is a number square. I would like you to colour in all the numbers that are in the 8 times table. So you need to jump in 8s each time. I would then like you to practice counting in 8s using your number square. Once you've done that, there are some links to websites where you can practice your 8 times table. For example, Hit the Button and the Daily 10. Please use those to get more and more confident with your times tables. Thank you for tuning in today, and I'll see you tomorrow for dividing by 10. Bye for now.